Good day, learners. Hi, I'm your Mentor Ray. And in this video today, we're going to talk about my pointers for the NCLEX RN, specifically on the concept of personal protective equipment. So our goal for this video is just to focus on the things that you need to master before sitting for your NCLEX RN. So are we ready? So let's begin. I've got to do, so I'm not crying. So for example, here is a question, and all of a sudden this type of question is the one that pops out of your computer screen. So let's go over the question. So it's actually a drag and drop type of question. So a nurse is preparing to put on personal protective equipment. Arrange the steps in order by dragging the steps in column A and dropping them in proper sequence in column B. Definitely this type of question would require you to remember the steps of putting on your personal protective equipment. That would mean you have to know the proper sequence of putting on your PPE, okay? So how do we go about this question? Well, the only thing that we can do to be able to answer this question properly is to recall concepts, specifically on this. So let's have a functional concept. The proper sequence for putting on the PPE, you begin with wearing the gown, and then putting on the mask or respirator, the goggles or face shield, and then the gloves. Now, for you to remember that properly, let's act it out, okay? So we begin with the gown. So this is how we actually wear the gown, then the mask, then the goggles, and the gloves. Once again, the gown, the mask, then the goggles, then the gloves. So if you'll be asked, what should the nurse wear first? Then that's gonna be the gown. What should the nurse wear the last? Then it's gonna be the gloves, okay? So you always have to have a guide. Which one is worn first? Which one is worn last? Okay, so before we leave this functional concept, remember the code, how to wear or how to put on your PPE, GMGG. You begin with the gown, the mask, the goggles, and then the gloves. And then we also need to study the proper sequence for removing the PPE. So how do we remove? So our code this time is going to be GGGMH, which means we first remove the gloves, and we have to make sure that we handle the gloves, the removed gloves with the glove hands, okay? So remove the gloves, and then the goggles, and then the gown and mask. Then we perform hand washing, okay? So once again, we remove the gloves, the goggles, the gown, and then the mask. And then we perform hand washing or hand hygiene. Now, having those two functional concepts now in mind, let's try answering the sample question we posted a while back. So we go back to the question. A nurse is preparing to put on personal protective equipment. Arrange the steps in order by dragging the steps in column A and dropping them in proper sequence in column B. So remember, this question is asking about the steps of putting on personal protective equipment. So remember our code GMGG. So we remember the steps. Once again, we begin putting on the gown, and then GM, putting on the mask, secure and fit it. Then GG, we put on the goggles. Then last but not the least, we wear the gloves. Okay? Once again, it's shout out time. Congratulations to Usha Subedi, a nurse from Nepal who passed the NCLEX RN for the State Board of New Mexico. So let's learn together. For more instructional videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Gapuz Mentors, and my Facebook page, Mentor. If you like our discussion today, it's short, but it's direct to the point. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button so that you'll get notified as we upload more videos. See you in our next video.